everybody. This is Lyndsey Parker here for LPtv at Licorice Pizza Records. I'm here with 1 out of 10. There are 5 of you, and I think this is the most people we've ever attempted to fit on our Licorice Pizza couch. So congratulations on that, and also the vinyl release party of Better Days that you're doing here today.
Yes.
Why don't you introduce all of yourselves, and then I have lots of questions.
See, I'll give it to Dave first. Spoilers.
The one starting it? I thought you were just going to go by like band.
Well, there's symmetry going on.
Yeah,
because
symmetry.
We're the same height, so I talked first, so that makes sense.
That makes sense, Dave.
Art direction.
Hi there, I'm Dave DeLeon, drummer for the band.
I'm JT. I play keys, guitar, and sing a little bit.
I'm Tyler Loftus. Are we doing full names? I play guitar and I sing sometimes.
I'll do full name and social security number. Hi, I'm Josh. I'm the vocalist and guitarist to 1 out of 10.
And I'm Mark, and I play the bass.
All right. Well, it's a party now. Like I said, we're celebrating Better Days. It's a good day today at Licorice Pizza. So I guess I'll just kind of go back to the beginning. I have a feeling how you two met, but in general, how did this band start? It was like 2017, right?
Yeah. We really started with a different lineup, and it was mostly just like us doing a bunch of Arctic Monkeys covers.
I have Arctic Monkeys questions for you.
I
feel like we could do a deep dive like Arctic Monkeys podcast because I know you have opinions. But which covers were you doing?
We were really into the early stuff, like first 2 albums. We did a lot of Fluorescent Adolescent, a lot of I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. All the ones that in like when AM came out. Yeah, we did A Certain Romance, then AM came out, and we were doing stuff off that one, like Are You Mine? Yeah, a lot of that,
So, I mean, I know this is total tangent, but like I said, I have Arctic Monkeys questions. How do you feel after the juggernaut that was AM when they went off on this whole like very different sound?
We've got answers about that. I don't know. Let me hear some.
Pass me the mic. Don't pass me the mic.
I was doing some talking. We played a show like a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to one of the other guys in the band. And I feel like there's like a subsection of every indie boy who was influenced by that, and like everyone's got their own opinions. I think it's unfair that they're lumped in with the neighborhood. Yeah, like if you go to their recommended artists, and like the neighborhood is in like that. Cigarettes After Sex is also there, even though they sound kind of different. I don't know.
Okay.
I just re-listened to Tranquility Base. I think I don't like it. Don't want to talk about The Car. I don't know. I don't know.
want to talk about The Car.
I love a concept album. I really do. And I think for that reason, I think that's one of the big reasons why I keep coming back to Tranquility Base. I think I love just this vision of him in this 2001: A Space Odyssey bar, just living out his crooner dream. And I love that. But it is different. But it's also it's tough to age gracefully, I think, as someone playing rock and roll. And if you're looking back to like, who do I want to be when I'm 35, 40 on a stage, I feel like you could do worse. And I think that there's a lot to enjoy, but I can't say that I remember a lot of the songs off The Car. But maybe there's going to be another album cycle soon, and maybe we'll see what he does in the next bit coming up. Anyone else
before we actually talk about your music?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's bring it back to you guys. But actually, this is an interesting question. So, what comes up recommended when 1 out of 10 on Spotify or whatever? Like, what are the other bands that are associated? Like, if you like this, you'll like that.
I feel like it ends up being a lot of the bands that we play with. We play with a lot of the same bands a lot of the time. And, the people that know us from our shows for the most part, and the shows that we put on. And so a lot of the people are all listening to the people that we're playing with, which is cool. It makes you feel like you're really a part of a community. What's your answer?
Yeah. Shout out Off Tracks, Los Ratones, who else? Funds for Jimmy, Road Trip. These are all the people that we play a lot of shows with pretty often. In a way, it feels like we've grown up with them. It's kind of awesome.
And you're from Southern California, Glendale, right?
Yes.
818. So you talked about. Huh?
One.
Yeah, minus one. He's actually from Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, transplant.
Well, welcome. Welcome to LA. Welcome to the 818. You did talk about, the Arctic Monkeys stuff, but I've also read that you kind of maybe even before that started off doing Beatles covers in your garage.
Yeah. Do you want to
I told you I was going back to the beginning.
Am I the most qualified to say nowadays? You and I don't know. I can offer a little bit of it, but I'm going to pass the mic back to you pretty quickly because I can only remember a little bit of it. At one point we performed with it was just me and Josh, and we performed for my grandma's I forgot which birthday it was, 75. And we performed with our mom and our dad on stage as the Cali Piggins. It's just for hilarity's sake. And we were still learning our instruments back then. Nowadays, I think we're a bit more experienced, and we did a little bit of other Beatles covers and stuff like that. But those are just for like family parties and occasions, if anything else.
Cali Piggins means nice ass in like proper English. Yeah, it was a lot of Beatles stuff, because that's what we were raised on. So our dad was playing bass and my mom was singing. We played Birthday by the Beatles.
Makes sense.
And
It was
in
for
my
birthday
life,
party.
yes, yeah. And in my life for my grandma, who's still alive. She's turning 89 in September.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
All right, maybe you should get a Cali Piggins back together.
maybe. Couple of... Yeah. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Well, also, I obviously was doing just some research about those early days, and I mentioned Glendale, and you have some kind of connection to Moonlight Rollerway, which is, the kind of disco. It's like an old school roller rink, like preserved, like it hasn't been redecorated since like 1978. Because like apparently, like I don't know, disco is sort of something that you got into when you were kids.
I'm pretty into disco. I mean, like, as much as anyone, my mom would play it while cleaning the house, to get through.
I mean, it's motivating, I guess.
Yeah. But Moonlight Rollerway, yeah, I have we all been to Moonlight Rollerway?
Yes.
Don't worry.
It's pretty rad. I went to David Bowie night there. They played and they had David Bowie contest, and shout out to the person who dressed up like the Ashes to Ashes clown.
Whoa.
That was pretty great. But yeah, anyway, I basically was looking at all the influences besides Arctic Monkeys, of course. And, also I believe I read something about how you guys were kind of raised on Rock Band and Guitar Hero a bit as well.
Yes,
and I love that because I think people forget. Like, I think back in the day, there were like two mainstream ways that a lot of people found out about older music. It was either Rock Band, Guitar Hero, or actually American Idol, like in a way.
That's true. That is true.
I don't know if American Idol was something you cared about, but tell me about, that stuff.
Before I actually wanted to drum, and Dave was like trying guitar, kind of.
Trying guitar just because it was kind of there.
Yeah,
But
just because it was there.
Playing when we ended up playing Rock Band like later on, I ended up enjoying playing the drums more, and Josh ended up playing more guitar. And as time went on, I became a self-taught drummer while Josh took a couple of lessons. The funny thing was is that I took lessons for other instruments in the past, and what ended up happening is that I didn't really attach to any other particular instruments. But when I tried the drums, because I wanted to do it myself, I ended up just acquiring techniques and other bits of knowledge over time, and I became the drummer that I am now. And I'm happy to kind of just built up all those skills up to this point. Dude, we're in the middle of an interview right now. Come on.
We can fix it in post.
Josh can iterate to you about his own guitar skills.
I don't know. I started playing in 5th grade, I think.
Did you say 5th grade?
Yeah, 5th
Wow,
grade.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm not like amazing, but I can play.
We don't invite people to play at Licorice Pizza.
Only to perform.
So let's bring it to better days. Yeah, I guess you alluded to that. There's a lot of stuff on the album. It's a great album, by the way, that
Thank you.
there's a lot of open writing about grief on this record. So sorry if when I said, you should get the band back together if that was a bad joke.
No, we can hold a seance or something.
I'm so sorry.
I think it was disappointing if we didn't at least have a couple of laughs at his expense.
Okay.
A little bit, anyway.
So yeah, I guess, whatever you want to speak to that, because I know obviously he was a big supporter of you guys, and he passed, and this album, not just that, just other things, other losses, other grief, but it's very openly written about on this record.
Yeah, we kind of didn't. We had one song, pretty much, Friends Anyways. We had Down and Out, and we had Michael Cera.
Party focused.
Yeah, and that's like from a different part of my life at this point, Great songs though. But I feel like after my dad passed, in 2023, the shift became a little bit more evident to be more like Friends Anyways, and like being kind of grateful of the time that you have on Earth. Yeah, with other people. Yeah, there's like 8 billion of them or something. So I think, I don't know, and a lot of stuff kept happening that year.
If I could speak to that a little bit, like,
we can all speak to
yeah, it was because we did have like a bunch of those songs, like we had demos for them, and the day that it all kind of went down, we were like getting ready to go to a show, and we had to cancel that day. Yeah, it was going to be our longest set. We were really practicing for all of these different songs. So in like the wake of that, we just had all of these songs, and we're like, well, we know what these songs are probably going to be about now, whatever they were going to be about before.
Mm-hmm.
And like early in the year, we had like our equipment stolen.
Yeah.
And like
This is 23 we're talking
23. And everybody was just going through this period of loss in different ways. And also just like it was right when it felt like we were getting back to some sort of normalcy after COVID, and we were so optimistic about this time. We got hit with this giant wave of reality.
Do you mind me asking about, and if you're not comfortable with it, it's totally fine, but you said there are a lot of other things happening.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that were, that informed this album that you...
Yeah, I mean, I know that your grandma was having some health issues and passed around the same time.
Sorry.
My grandma was having health issues, like my dog died too.
Also so.
All within like, my grandma passed like a year afterwards, but like a whole bunch of stuff like within a month.
That's a month.
Right? It was a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like a time.
It felt like a year and a day and the same kind of thing. And I remember the day after your dad passed, we all went to your house, and it was the day that we had that random hurricane in Southern California, and there was an earthquake when we were all sitting around, and it was like, this is unbelievable. It is so surreal. Like, there's no way to make sense of this other than to try to think about it and sing songs about it on a stage.
I couldn't even believe that, like, not even a couple months after the fact, just with our family, Dad was not the only person to go. Then it was our aunts, and then it was a family friend of my mom's. So that was 3 deaths over the course of how many months? 6 or 5? 3. 2 months. Like consecutively, and I was like, okay, I really want this to stop. I can't keep going back to Forest Lawn like this.
I'm sorry I'm laughing. I mean, because obviously nothing you're talking about is funny, but like, I mean, you obviously you're so young, like a lot of people your age wouldn't be dealing, like this is stuff that people in like their 40s, 50s, 60s deal with as opposed to 20s, like, but you all seem to like sort of have a good, I don't know, sense of humor about life, I guess.
That's how we cope.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it too?
I mean, just around that same time, the following year in 2024, very suddenly I lost my dog. And it's just one of those things that just keeps piling up, and it's hard to process altogether. But during that time, we all had each other, and we all knew that we're all going through very difficult times, and it was nice to have people that you connect with very closely emotionally that are also going through similar things to help you go through those times.
It's awesome. Yeah, I was observing the fact that you were making jokes about being a family, and obviously 2 of you are actual family, but you're like a family, right?
Yeah.
Aw. It's nice. It's nice to see. We love to see it. So making the record Better Days, when some of the stuff you're talking about had happened, like how was that healing, cathartic, all that stuff?
I feel like I had all these emotions with nowhere to go, really. Yeah, super raw. I don't know. Yeah, the back-to-back deaths of like my dad, my aunt, and then my mom's best friend, who like basically was an aunt to me. It was like, I feel like that's so much. That's so much, but it happened, and it's like there's no way that it won't keep happening. In a way, I feel like more equipped to deal with life now that it's happened. And every day I look back and I'm like, that was the worst day of my life, and there's no way that it can like get worse from there.
Is that why it's called Better Days?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It was named that before.
Say that. We're all yearning for them someday.
Yeah, I feel like I wrote the title track Better Days when we got all our shit stolen.
Well, surely things will get better now.
Yeah, and that was in February of 2023. My father passed in August of that year, and we were like, yeah, Better Days, and the lyrics were corny and like terrible, and then my dad died, and like I felt like all of this, like it kind of felt like stream of consciousness, kind of like I like scrapped the entire previous first verse, or the first like draft of it, and I was just like vomiting on a page, and it was all grief and like, so it was like tears mixed with vomit. But it was good. It felt like really cathartic, like you said. But it was I don't know. I feel like everyone has had their little cathartic moment on like songwriting in this album. Do you want to talk about?
Yeah, are there any other specific songs?
Well, I was just going to say specifically with Better Days, I think it helped a lot that a lot of these songs we had demos for, so we just had to focus on on writing lyrics and just, processing how we were feeling. We didn't have to be like, well, what's the coolest way for this song to end though? Because we already had a sick guitar solo at the end. I mean, that was written. That was already down. But I remember, because it was around the same time that you sent the demo for Rose Tea and the thing, and I was like, this is just like fully formed. Like, this is just so great. And then we got to be in a room and figure out how the rest of us are going to play around it. And it was like, that was one of my favorite songs to like come up with a part for, because I was just noodling around the chords that you already wrote. It was so much fun.
Yeah, no, the Rose Tea, like Better Days is kind of for Josh and Dave's dad. Rose Tea was my like love letter send off to my grandmother. And I think like all of them are like Better Days isn't necessarily the future, and it's also not necessarily the past, and it's not necessarily right now. Like it can be anytime. And I think a lot of those better days that we're referencing in these songs and stuff, it's like the memories of the people that built us and gave us these tools, and now we're equipping them with this album, right, to propel us towards even more better days. So,
I think it's important. I'd like to say that I think it's very important that the themes that we carry on with Better Days are the kinds of things that we want people to kind of strive for, to give ourselves the kind of hope to carry on and fight against the toil of life and whatever stuff society or life kind of throws at you. And I think honestly it's going to reflect in even the albums that we're looking to do going forward, which you can tell that we're trying to carry all this like very positive energy going forward.
Yeah, I did want to say for people watching, if they think this album's like a really, because we're obviously talking about some heavy and very sad stuff, it's like actually it's not a bummer record. It's like a celebratory record. I want to make that clear. So is that something? How do you do that? How do you write about heavy stuff but not have the record be like, wow, this is really depressing?
You make the demos before the bad stuff happens. So you have a bunch of happy songs that you're ready to write, and then something bad happens to you, and then you've got the happy song to write your sad song on top of.
Pro tip.
Yeah, I was gonna say you front load the first half of the album with party bangers, and then the mid shift to just all sad songs happens. So,
also helpful advice. Do you have any stories from fans who have gone through their own loss or similar things who have said that this record like really related to them, bless you, or that they really related to the record or that it helped them, or any nice stories like that?
We've played this album all the way through one time before this at our favorite venue, Converse Street, out in Camarillo, California. And it's not so much a story as it is like, it's crazy to be playing these songs that we've wrote together, and I'm looking in the audience and people are like crying, like it's sad and it's so beautiful, but it's also like to know that something that we made speaks so directly to people who have like either have gone through it or like haven't. There's one of the kids up there who was telling me she listened to our album after her dad passed away, like maybe a few years ago also, and she said it was really powerful for her, and I think about that a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys had any?
I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I wondered also like on social media or anything like that as well.
People like reach out, and it means a lot to hear from them that it does mean something to them. And that show that we played in Converse, like it's so incredible to see that connection being made, and then also see them jumping around and having fun like a couple minutes later.
Awesome.
We try to bring both.
I'm sorry you guys have gone through all the things you've gone through. But it's great that you were able to make art out of it. You did mention about what's coming next, what your next record will be. We also were talking about bands evolving the way Arctic Monkeys evolve. So what is next for 1 Outta 10?
Evolved.
Evolve. Well, I don't want you guys to devolve, but what's next?
We've got so many different ideas. We have every 6 months or so we'll like, guys, what if we just did like a city pop EP? What if we just Josh really wants to do a metal record.
So true.
I really want to like that's what I was thinking. With all of this like positive energy we've generated from it, the current songs we're doing right now are much more like much more romance involved, mainly like a lot of breakup stuff. But I have all this like this energy, like kind of, I don't know, I'm not sure if coalescing is the right word, but it's like kind of built up inside me, like, and I feel like, I want to do something like productive, something that's like helpful, which is why I was really happy that Josh said that one of the next albums he wants to do is a metal album. I think it's going to channel a lot of our, honestly, activist and political energy. I think a lot of it is going to go into that one for sure. But then the city pop album, I think, is probably going to follow that for something a bit more relaxing, because we love city pop. We love what was the name of the guy, your favorite city pop Japanese city pop artist again? Takanaka. Yeah, Masayoshi Takanaka. Josh really wants to do something like that.
Well,
back to back. It's really funny.
I mean, this sounds kind of Arctic Monkey-esque in the sense that, you want to do some different things coming. I want to hear more about, the activism and the political messages you'd like to put into the metal record or any record you do.
Sure. Yeah. 1 Outta 10 is strongly what are we?
What are we for?
Yeah, we're for
It's just
we're pretty against the current establishment. We do not fuck with Donald Trump at all. I think we're pro-choice, pro-LGBTQ, for Free Palestine. We donated all the proceeds from our last show at the Smell to Churla, the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights of LA. We raised $800 off of that, which was awesome. One of my favorite acts is Jeff Rosenstock, and I love that he's just some woke 40-year-old dude running around on stage.
Selling crazy rainbow.
Dude, he's incredible. Yeah, the American weed pride flag.
Yeah,
it's so good. And I love this band called King Gizzard. And they're like super for it, they're also like multi-genre, which is like awesome. Like, speaking as someone I feel like has like musical ADHD, it's kind of cool to see these people not afraid to go out and take risks, and do it all and look so fucking awesome. And they're just from Australia, so it's so random.
Do you guys write many political lyrics, or?
It's coming.
All right.
the first time we've ever done anything like this before, honestly.
Yeah, this will be.
We've ever been this like.
The mic woke you guys.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this might be one of the first times we've ever been this activist about our own messaging, and I really appreciate it. I think we really want to share this message that there is a better world to fight for, but you have to do it now. And I think the best ways to do it is to call out whatever is out there that's wrong, but also to poke fun and punch up to show that's whatever monsters we're facing right now, they're nothing. We're perfectly capable of fighting back. That's the way I like to put it anyway.
And I also just think, like, get involved in your community. Like, one of the best things about being part of a band, and a smaller band, is like playing with all of these people, getting to know all of these people, and like having an opportunity and a platform to be able to, talk about shit that matters, and fundraise for things that matter, and try to make a difference. It's tough when you're driving through your own community and you're seeing ice fans all over the fucking place. It's tough. It's really tough. And being part of a group of friends that care about the same shit that you care about, that you can try to build something up with, and make pieces of art that hopefully speak to something. It used to be about partying when we were kids, and then it was about loss as we started to grow up, and as we continue to grow up, it's about all of those things, but also these more serious things that matter.
Yeah, and to make another short point about that, when our institutions fail us, I feel that, and I think pretty sure the rest of the band feels this, you can always turn to the people in your community to back you up and help see you through very, very tough times. And we're seeing a lot of them now, but I'm glad to see that there's a lot of people who are turning to community and holding on to that as a bastion of defense against this oppression, honestly.
1 out of 10 for president.
Yeah.
I do not want that.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Did you have something to say, Josh?
Yeah, what Dave said.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
fuck ice,
I do agree that in general, community is so important. That's actually something we really care about at Licorice Pizza. So it's really awesome that you came here to play for your fans and talk about, this was a wide-ranging conversation, as is your discography and your future discography. So thank you so much for coming to Licorice Pizza.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see you play out there.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, me too. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See ya.